And he's like, what the heck? What do you see in Adam? I'm literally right here. I'm Aaron Warner. I'm hot and I'm blonde. Hey y'all, welcome to a new video. I have Pancake here today to start off this video because I'm really excited. I'm going to do another edition of consuming series. Okay, if you have not watched a lot of videos from me, or if you are newer to this channel, last year especially when I first started this channel, I did a lot of consuming series videos where I watched all the Twilight movies, read all the Twilight books, I read all the 50 Shades of Grey books, watched all the movies. Like, I just consumed as many series as I possibly could. She goes to her car and Edward literally took out a piece of the engine. He literally won't let her leave the house. He's like, what does he say? I'll put your car back together in time for school in case you'd like to drive yourself. Break up. Red flag. I finally made the note saying too many italics. This one has 3 in 3 sentences. Let's go. He smiled at me until I gave up with an angry humph. So that's it. You won't sleep with me until we're married? Technically, I can't ever sleep with you. Stop it. There's a particular book series that I have been dying to read because I read this author's other series that I really loved, and then I found out she had this whole other like debut YA series that has a lot of love. I've seen a lot of book creators really enjoy it, and I'm desperate to know my own thoughts about it. So I'm talking about the Shatter Me series from Tahira Mafi. I read her This Woven Kingdom series, loved it. There were 3 books out by the time I read it sometime last year. I read all 3 of them over the course of a weekend, like rush read them almost, because I was so excited to get into the story. It was just blissfully fun. Okay, that's like the best way I could put it, honestly. She looks not alive. Honestly, I mean, I can see her breathing. She's good, but she sleeps so hard. She sleeps like with her face down. It's crazy. Anyway, so the Shatter Me series, I don't know anything. I literally, like, I don't know if it's fantasy. I don't know if it's contemporary romance. I have no idea. I just know that a lot of people think the MMC is really hot, and I trust I will enjoy the reading experience of this just because I really enjoy her voice and her writing style in the This Woven Kingdom series. Hi, editing Emma here already. 2 minutes into the video, let's go. Okay, I just want to give the quickest disclaimer ever because as I'm editing this, I have finished the series and episode 2 is like underway of being edited as well. I just wanted to say that while this episode, it might seem, I don't know, a little negative, like I did not have the greatest time reading the first 3 books. I definitely had lower expectations like as the books kept going, but let me tell you, the final 3 books that will be featured in episode 2, which will come out in just a couple of days, absolutely magnificent. Like, I had a blast finishing the series, and the tones between the 2 videos are going to be so different. So I just want you to know that even if and when I seem like I did not enjoy the series in this video, please do tune in for the second episode because the series gets so much better. It gets so much crazier, and I just had so much fun reading the whole thing as a whole, but especially the books that will be featured in episode 2. Like, the series just gets so much better. So if you feel like, oh, she didn't enjoy the first episode, like, why even watch her be upset with the second episode or not enjoy the second episode as much? No, just keep watching because I promise you the series gets so much better. And especially if you have not read the series and you're just curious to know what happens, it gets so much better. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm not going to give a huge intro to this. I'm just going to get started reading because there's 6 books. I don't know if I'm going to cut this into 2 parts. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It might be a really long 2-hour video. Regardless, whatever you guys are seeing now, I hope you guys can enjoy. I have a pumpkin spiced iced coffee with me, as is my right as a white girl. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to be reading Shatter Me. And the first book is called Shatter Me. Okay, there we go. Already the fast-pacedness of this is so reminiscent of This Woven Kingdom, just in terms of like short chapters, like really quick, keeping your brain occupied, keeping your brain entertained kind of short chapters. I wonder if it will be the same also in the effect that This Woven Kingdom has, where a lot happens over a short course of time. Like I believe the first 3 books in this Woven Kingdom series literally happens over the course of a week, like maybe 10 days. And it's 3 full books, like over the course of 10 days. Like so much happens in such a short period of time. And I'm curious to know if that's also how this is gonna be, because I remember this chapters also being really quick and short and like entertaining for the brain, you know what I mean? Like easy to get through because you're constantly wanting to keep going. And I appreciate that a lot in a book, because I want a book that I'm gonna get sucked into. I want something that I'm not gonna want to ever put down until it's done and then be devastated that it's over. Like that's the best feeling in the world with reading, and it's very effective when the chapters are short like that, I won't lie. Okay, it has been several hours and I am 50% of the way through Shatter Me, so the first book in the series. Okay, I want to say that I'm definitely enjoying it so far. It's pretty fast paced, which I expected, you know, having read her previous work before. It's a lot more dystopian than I thought it would be. I had no idea it would be. I was like, maybe it's a little fantasy, but it's very much dystopian, which I love a good dystopian YA, truly. Okay, so we have our main character, Juliet. The book opens up with her in a cell. She's been in this so-called insane asylum for 284 days. And her writing, like being in her head, like as she is the narrator, is very interesting because the author writes it the kind of just the way that you would naturally think in your head. Like in your head, you think in run-on sentences, you repeat things often. And naturally, I would think that doesn't work in a book aspect, like in writing a book, but it actually does work really well. I feel really connected to the character and I appreciate that she went that route with it. It's kind of cool, like to be in her head, like so vividly in her head. But anyway, she has been in the cell for almost a year by herself. She has not seen the light of day. She gets fed very seldomly. She gets like 5 minutes a week to shower and clean herself. You know, it's just like bad situation. So she's been in the cell alone, has had no human contact, and she talks about how she can't have human contact, that she has some kind of power, something that's holding her back from being able to touch another person. One day her cell opens up and this boy is kind of like pushed into the cell, and she's not seen a person in almost a year. She does not share a cell, like she does not have a cellmate until now. And this man's name is Adam, and she recognizes Adam almost immediately. She knew him from when she was in grade school and middle school, but she makes it very clear, like, don't touch me, don't let my skin touch your skin, I'm dangerous in that way, right? She kind of shows him the ropes of the insane asylum and like what they're supposed to be doing at this time of day and like how the food works. Like she's just very like accommodating to teaching him how to live through this new life that they suddenly have together in this cell, because no one was there to teach her. She never knew where the bathrooms were. She never knew anything, right? She had to figure it out all on her own. And she's more than happy to help someone else so that they don't have to go through the same confusion that she had to, right? Well, one day the cell opens up, okay, and these men with lots of guns, these soldiers come in and they're like, on your knees, get up, move, get out of here. They take Juliet and Adam out of the cell and they could bring them to this giant, I don't want to say castle, but it's this establishment, okay, like rebels quarters, if you will, where this man named Warner is kind of the president. Okay, he's the big hog boss hog, I don't know how to say that. We don't have a whole lot of backstory on why we are here in this dystopian world right now, but what we know is that the world was falling apart, animals were getting sick, people were eating the sick animals, then getting sick themselves. There was a lot of death, a lot of people turning on each other, just the world was collapsing. And then this government came in called the Reestablishment, and they were like, oh, trust us. If you trust us, we will help you. What they basically did was create a society where everyone is just a number, and if you don't oblige with the rules that they have set, like there's no more freedom, okay? If you don't oblige with the rules that they have set, then you're dead. Like they're easy and quick to kill someone who is not willing to live with the new society rules. If you question them in any way or if you talk out against them, they'll kill you, okay? You're just a number to them and they don't care how big the number is. This is going to be a spoilery review. I did not say that in the beginning of this, but starting here, I would definitely say, like, if you don't want spoilers for this series, sorry, this is not the video for you, but I'm gonna start talking about spoilers right now, okay? So the reason why Juliet is in this cell is because she has a power, an ability to where if she's having skin on skin contact with someone, she starts draining their life force. She starts hurting them and essentially possibly killing them. So far we found out that her parents have found out about this. Maybe I think she touched her mom one day when she was a child or something, and they immediately knew that she's a monster, she's different, something's wrong. They kept her like away from them. She has no human contact with people, right? And at school she's ostracized, she's, you know, the freak, whatever. I don't know if anyone else has these kind of powers. Like, it seems like anytime we talk about her past, she seems to be the outcast, the freak, the weirdo. And one day she was in a supermarket, she saw a little boy being mistreated by his mother, and he falls to the floor because she had hit him. She goes to help him up and pick him up and help him because he's crying, and she thinks she's like holding him, and she's like, oh, it's okay, why are you crying? Not knowing that like as she's doing this, she's literally draining his life force by picking him up and trying to help him. She ends up killing the little boy, and that's why she has been sent to this asylum. So her parents finally give her up. They're like, we don't want anything else to do with her. The government can take care of her. We're gonna go live our own life. She's been in this cell for almost a year, and then she gets broke out by Warner and company. Okay, Warner tells her, we need you because you can torture the bad guys and get information out of them that we need. And she's like, I'm not doing anything for you, actually. He brings up Adam, okay, the boy that was put into the cell with her for like a week or two. We find out that Adam is a soldier of Warner's, and he was put into the cell with Juliet to kind of learn how advanced she was. They knew that her power was great, but they didn't know like what is her relationship with people. Like, she's never been able to talk or touch really with anyone, and she's also been in the cell for almost a year, like total sight deprivation, sound deprivation. Like, she does not know anything about the world right now. And so they put Peter in there kind of as a test, and she remembers Peter. She remembers Peter from grade school. We have found out so far that he also remembers her from grade school. And something else that's interesting is that Peter is trying to help her get away from Warner now. Warner has captured her from the insane asylum and enlisted her help to get information. She says she doesn't want to do that. Adam has been assigned to her. And we find out that Warner and his soldiers, okay, Warner and company is what I've been calling them, have been torturing Peter to show Juliet, hey, if you don't do the things that we need to, we'll hurt the only person that's being nice to you right now and is helping you out. Peter talks about how he wants to get Juliet out of here. He knows where all the cameras are. He knows where the safe spots are. Like, he's kind of showing her the lay of the land within this castle of Warner and company. And he's being very helpful towards her. We find out for some reason that he can touch her. So there's a moment where she starts having a breakdown and he grabs her and hugs her. He turns on the shower so no one can hear, like there's no microphones that can hear. And he's just holding her and like whispering things in her ear about like, it's gonna be okay, I'm here, I can help you, I can touch you, I can do blah, 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 all these things, and we're gonna get you out of here. We need to figure out a way to get you out of here. So he's seemingly helping her. Warner seems to be the bad guy here. But I can tell where we're going with this. I love it. I have to say, I really do love it. We seem to possibly be walking into a love triangle of sorts. And if I know anything about Tahara Mafi with this Woven Kingdom series, there's what? 4 love interests within that book with our main character. This girl who's been destined for greatness, blah, blah, blah. And there's like 3 or 4 really powerful men that are all infatuated and yearning and simping and pining so hard for her. And with Shatter Me, we have 2 boys here. Okay, we can tell that obviously Peter likes her. Peter has maybe had a crush on her back in school. He's paid attention to her in school. He remembers the nice things that she would do for people in school. She remembers him because he would get abused by his father, and she was there to kind of help him and pick him back up after a time where she saw him getting hurt by his father. So she has a soft spot for him. He has a soft spot for her. He's going to try to help her, and she's going to do what she can with helping Warner so that he doesn't hurt Peter, because the first night she was very difficult with Warner. Like, she was not going to do anything that he wanted her to do, and then the next day she noticed that Peter was like bruised and like broken up. Like, she could tell that he had been tortured because she refused to help Warner with his grand plan. Sorry if this is confusing. I'm just literally explaining it as I'm reading. I'm 50% through the first book right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. I can tell a love triangle is coming on. I'm also very interested in seeing just how it works. Like, will Peter be killed off and then Warner becomes the love interest? I can tell it's going to be an enemies to lovers kind of thing with her and Warner, kind of like a maybe Peter tries to stifle her power, but Warner tries to empower her and her power. And then she finds out, like, in the end, kind of like an ACOTAR thing, where first love interest in ACOTAR, the ACOTAR series, wanted to keep her safe and small and, you know, behind closed doors, so she didn't have to worry about the evils of war, but the other man wanted to empower her and lift her up and show her just how great she really is and unlocking her true potential. And he's like the real love interest because he actually admires and wants to exemplify her power. So I don't know where we're going with it. I can't tell, but I can't say I'm disliking it. I'm definitely enjoying it. And okay, that's my 50% update of the first book. Hey Buttermilk. The foreshadowing is so strong right now. Oh my god, wait a minute. Why is this making me Google so hard? I thought you said she couldn't touch anyone. She can't. Except for you? Right, except for me and Warner. She can't touch anyone except for you and Warner. I'm standing here in utter shock. I don't even want to update yet. What I'm reading now is kind of diabolical. I'm a little scared. No, it's a superhero society. That's what we're doing here. It's superhero. That's really awesome, but also kind of funny. Okay, so like full stop, I can't hate it for being superheroes. Like, it's goofy, but I've never read anything like that, right? Like I've never read, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back. Okay, so I believe that after the very last thing I updated, what happened was Juliet and Adam are getting close. Okay, they realized that they knew each other back in grade school. They fell in love with each other all over again very quickly. Like the book, I mean, I literally read it, in a few hours just sitting here. Their attraction to each other is instant, and it's probably just because they're both two familiar people from their past. Okay, this is like a total dystopian society here. We have the reestablishment, I believe that's what it was called, who are purposefully poisoning the people to make them more malleable and dependent on them for society and to like make things better, right? Well, her and Adam have a plan to leave the area. Okay, they have like duffel bags already packed. There's a moment where Warner comes into her bedroom where Adam is, and he's like, I'm exposing you guys, I know what's going on, you're coming with me, basically. She and Adam fight Warner. They're able to like get him on his back, tie him up. Adam jumps out the window. Warner's like, you can't trust him, you have no idea who he actually is. Like, do you really think that he's gonna keep you protected? I can keep you protected, don't trust him. Adam jumps out the window, and Juliet is on her way to jump out the window when Warner tries to grab her. He like grabs her leg and nothing happens. Remember, if anyone touches their bare skin to her bare skin, she will suck their life force out, possibly even kill them. But nothing happens. It's the same with Adam. She and Adam can touch, and now we have discovered that she and Warner can touch. Okay, so her and Adam get away. They run away. Adam takes her to his home. He has a home on the outskirts of town. His brother James is there. He's like 10 years old. He's been taking care of James and all these other orphans that are on the streets. Of course, Warner and his cronies come upon them. They come to bang everything down, and she and Adam have to escape. Warner shows up, shoots Adam. Juliet shoots Warner. She and one of Adam's friends are able to get Adam and his little brother in a car and drive far away. Okay, they've escaped Warner and his cronies again. Now we have entered Omega Point. Okay, Omega Point is this underground society who have been trying to overthrow the government, overthrow the reestablishment, and it's a society of people, 56 people specifically, who have power like Juliet. So now Juliet has found a group of people, has found a family that are like her. Once she was the outcast, now she has found people who have powers like her, and their powers are literally like superhero powers. Okay, we haven't talked to a lot of them. She's only talked to like one person, and he has like this flexibility power or whatever. The very end of the book, they've explained everything to her. Adam is there, he's recovering. He got shot and he was like super beat up and everything from trying to escape Warner and his cronies and all of that. So he is in the hospital, he's being taken care of in this underground society. I'll take Juliet to like this training ground. They're like, okay, it's gonna be like, we're gonna start training. This is the very end of the book. And they have an outfit for her. They have a suit that has been prepared to withstand her powers. It's like a long, very tight skin, like skin-like suit that goes all the way to her wrist, all the way to her ankles. They give her gloves and boots. Adam helps her into the jumpsuit. He goes, it's sexy as hell, because it's like super form-fitting, right? He steps forward, slips me into his arms. I look like a gymnast, I mumble. No, he whispers. You look like a superhero. It's so cringy. I love it though. The very end of the book, it's an epilogue that's like 1 page long. She's talking about how she feels finally comfortable in her skin. She feels rejuvenated. She feels like she's around people that she can trust finally for the first time in her life. She's ready, she's excited, she's confident, and that's where the book ends. So like, I feel like there was so much foreshadowing with Adam and Warner. I don't know what to expect. I had a feeling that the government was going to kill Adam and he was going to be like this martyr kind of thing, and that's what would eventually push Juliet into Warner's arms, because I can just tell Warner's endgame. And I'm further confirmed that Warner's endgame because the very next thing in this book is a novella called Destroy Me. It says, want to hear more from Warner? Keep reading for a novella from Warner's point of view. And I looked on Goodreads. Apparently there are several novellas and they might all be from Warner's POV. I'm not for sure, but the fact that he gets a POV, like, come on, you're not gonna tell me he's not endgame. I know that he's endgame. It was a great start. The book was a great start. It was so fast. We got so much information, but also it wasn't an info dump of information. Like, I can't help but relate it to Throne of Glass. When I read the Throne of Glass, like the first book in the series, I felt like that book, so much happened and yet at the same time nothing happened. Like, it was just word vomit, constant writing of so much. This book was like 290 pages and it was really quick, but everything that was necessary to be said were the only things that were said in the book. There wasn't a lot of downtime to wonder. There wasn't a lot of downtime to speculate. It was just move, action. She's here, she's there, she's here. Like, where are we going next? And I am very much enjoying it. It has left me with a taste of wanting more, and I'm so excited to get into the novella, Destroy Me, to know what the hell Warner's thinking. I need to know his POV. Like, I need to know what's going on in his brain right now. So after Destroy Me, the second book in the series is going to be Unravel Me, and that one will also be part of this video. So I'm going to read Destroy Me, I'm going to get into Unravel Me, and I will update you as the series progresses. It's a superhero society. That's the point of the Shatter Me series. I'm shocked. I actually am kind of shocked. I did not think that would be it. I don't know what I was expecting. I was low-key expecting some kind of contemporary romance, maybe a little magical realism, fantastical element in it, but it's a dystopian YA where we've got superheroes. There's 56 people in this underground civilization who have superpowers, and she's one of them. She's probably the strongest because she can literally suck people's life forces out. That's crazy. It seems like everyone kind of has known about her and has been waiting for her to be let out of this insane asylum that she was put in after killing that one kid at the grocery store. And since then, everyone is like kind of grappling and running after her, wanting her for themselves and for their own movement. I'm interested in knowing, like, what is Warner's movement? Like, if the superhero society, if Omega Point is the good guys and the guys who are like working for the against the reestablishment, like, what is Warner doing? Is he working for the reestablishment and like trying to undermine it, like a double agent kind of thing? I don't know. He's clearly not working for Omega Point. I don't know, maybe I'll eat those words later. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna read the novella. Stick around. I'm having a great time with the series, I can tell you that much. So I got on Goodreads to write my review for Shatter Me, and I'm seeing a lot of 1-star reviews, which was kind of surprising. I thought this was like a really well-beloved series, and granted, I only looked at like the first page of reviews, okay? I'm not saying everyone hates this book. I just saw a lot of 1-star reviews, and most of what people were complaining about was the writing style. It's very run-on sentency, full of metaphors and stuff like that, and I won't lie, I liked it. It didn't feel extremely polished. It kind of felt like I was reading a fan fiction that had no beta reader maybe, but it was interesting enough to keep me wanting more of it. Like, it's not the greatest thing I've ever read, okay? It's not the Hunger Games, but it's different, and I really appreciate that. So I ended up giving the first book 3 stars. I just want to come on here and give more of my opinion, I guess. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So in addition to her power of sucking people's life force from touching like skin on skin to them, she can also, like, she has superhuman strength. Like, she has barreled through and clawed through like cement walls and metal walls, and she's just like has this insane amount of power. So I feel like that's definitely important, and I should mention that. I would say the first half of the book focused on her and Adam at Warren's facility, castle, whatever it was, and then the second half of the book was them running away from Warren and entering Adam's little hometown with his brother and like all the other little orphan kids. And then when they get to the underground bunker of Omega Point, that was very much like the final like 5 chapters of the book were dedicated to that. Yeah, so we found out that she has like extra strength and extra powers while she was on the run and helping keep the people that are close to her safe. I also highlighted just a couple of sentences from the first book just to give you an idea of what this prose sounds like. I like it. Like, maybe it's silly and maybe it doesn't actually make sense, and maybe like some publishers would absolutely hate it, but I think it's fine. I'm not an expert, but so let me just read you some of these sentences so you can understand like where the structures are coming from. I don't know, I think she can just put together a sentence really well and differently, and I appreciate that. Find me a cure for these tears. I'd really like to exhale for the first time in my life. I wanted to help him. I felt such a surge of sudden anger toward his mother for neglecting his cries. Her lack of compassion as a parent devastated me and reminded me too much of my own mother. I'm too poor to afford the luxury of hysteria right now. Stop. Okay, Warner's little novella is so tortured, you guys. And I love it. I love a tortured man. Okay. They've just discovered the inches of reinforced steel that she cut through while she was trying to save Adam. No animal alive could claw through this without amputating its own limbs, and she is not an animal. She's a soft, deadly creature, kind and timid and terrifying. She's completely out of control and has no idea what she's capable of. And even though she hates me, I can't help but be fascinated by her. I'm enchanted by her pretend innocence, jealous even, of the power she wields so unwittingly. I want so much to be a part of her world. I want to know what it's like to be in her mind, to feel what she feels. It seems a tremendous weight to carry. And now she's out there somewhere, unleashed on society. What a beautiful disaster. Bro. Oh, he's so cooked. He's so cooked. Okay, I think I'm dumb.com because I'm just now okay, I don't want to say I'm just now realizing I had a suspicion, and I didn't feel like the first book confirmed that suspicion for me, that Warren and his group of people, okay, his army, his establishment, whatever, they are the reestablishment. They are the evil government that has been poisoning the people to try to make them more malleable and easy to control, right? So we are getting obviously Warren's POV in this novella, and his father has come to visit him, and it's becoming more clear that they are the reestablishment. And I don't know if I just missed that from the first book, if it was just like supposed to be blatantly obvious. I just felt like there was never an actual moment where it was confirmed. It was more just like a suspicion in my mind, unless I completely overlooked a confirmation that was there. But yeah, okay, so Warren and his people, like the place that Juliet and Adam were at in the beginning, that is the reestablishment. That is the bad government that the superheroes, I can't get over the fact that it's superheroes, guys, that the superheroes, the Omega Point group of people underground, are going to try to overthrow. Okay, I'm getting there. Okay, listen, dystopian societies, they can be a little tough to grab onto. I think that it's easy to read them and it's easy to understand in your mind, but when you try to vomit it out in front of a camera or to anybody else in real life, it can be a little hard to get the ball rolling on that. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, let's keep going. Hey, okay, sorry for the whack angle. I have to charge my phone and like I can only lift it up this high. Anyway, I finished Destroy Me. Okay, it was the first novella in the Shatter Me series. It is Warner's story, or part of his story. I did a little digging. It looks like the other novellas might be from other people's POVs. Like I believe the next novella, the 2.5 novella after the second book, is going to be Adam's POV, and so this was Warner's POV, so we just got like more of his story. And I can't lie, I kind of hated it. Like I did not have a great time with it. We got to see like more of the humanity side of Warner, which is always good and like I think was necessary for his storyline and characterization. But within that humanity, empathetic, sympathetic man that we saw, we did not see any of his hardness. We didn't get to see any of the things that really made him who he was in the first book, just this like strong, sarcastic, kind of know-it-all man. And we just got kind of like a really almost pathetic, simpering, sad man who is scared of his father, and it just made me dislike Warner a little bit. Not dislike, but just like not, I definitely wasn't attracted to him. He found Juliet's diary, so apparently she had a journal when she was in the insane asylum and was writing in it, and he's just like obsessed with her words and obsessed with just her story, and she talks a little bit about her past in the journal. So he's reading the journal, and then the book ends with her finding him. And it's interesting because the next book, so book 2 is called Unravel Me, and up at top it says they want to find me, and that's crossed out, and then it says I will find them first. So she's just gonna, like, she's the business bitch, she's here to do business, and I kind of like that. I'm excited definitely to get into the second book. I'm just happy to leave Warner's brain. I think I know that he's this big bad book talk boyfriend that everyone loves. I want to fall in love with him. I really do. And I hope that I end up falling in love with him. I do love how Tahara Mafi does not give us a lot of romance. She gives us a lot of longing and a lot of pining. And that's very effective for me. I will always love a book like that. Speaking of books, look, some books came in to the, yeah, it's so exciting. And I have her This Woven Kingdom series. Sorry, I'm gripping it like a madman. But I have her This Woven Kingdom series, and it's just, it makes me so happy to have all, like, some of my books here at least. It's a nice feeling. But anyway, yeah, that's the plan for today. I'm just gonna read Unravel Me. I hope I can read it all in one sitting. I don't know how many pages it is. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I will definitely update you with what the heck is going on in the rest of the series, which is about superheroes, I guess. Cool, awesome. Okay, Tahara Mafi is doing what she does best, which is that she gives us love interest who all somewhat low-key kind of deserve her. Like, they all work hard for her and show a lot of love to her and care for her. Like, I can see the love triangle happening because Adam and her are getting it on, okay? And remember, like, she has never felt the touch of another person because she can't touch people. She will literally like zap their life force away from them. That's her superpower. Like, she's never been able to touch someone, but she can touch Adam and she can touch Warner, which we found out at the end of the other book. Sorry if you can hear the construction outside, by the way. But like, she's able to touch Adam and hug Adam and kiss Adam, and it's just like so exhilarating for her, and I love that, and it's written really well, and it makes you want her to end up with Adam almost just as much as I'm sure you're gonna want her to end up with Warner. She just does the love triangle so well, and I'm so glad it's in this book too, like it was in This Woven Kingdom. Oh my god. Okay, so reveal of the century. So Adam has been undergoing these experiments with Castle. Castle is the leader of Omega Point, okay? The superhero society underground, okay? And Adam has been undergoing these experiments because they're like, why is he immune to Juliet? Like, why can he touch Juliet? They believe that he has some kind of energy within him, maybe some kind of power that allows him to touch her, right? And we find out that Adam is not immune to her, but he has the ability, his body has the ability to work to defend himself against her, and it's exhausting him. So when they make out, when they kiss, when he's able to touch her, he gets overwhelmed. He has to like push away because it kind of hurts him in a way. And they were both confused by this, of course, but they've been undergoing these experiments, and that's what they found out, that he has an ability to kind of like work his body over time to avoid her zapping him, basically. And so like, they can't be together. Like, that's what that means, is that they're not in an endgame. They cannot be endgame because he can't handle it. Eventually he would die. Eventually he would overheat and overwork himself, and she would kill him. And apparently, especially now that he's aware of it, he can, I don't know, maybe it works like extra overtime or something like that, because he's gonna obviously try to work on this power and use it to his own ability. And honestly, the superhero aspect of it, I'm loving it more and more. I'm on chapter 14, and I'm just gonna keep going because this book is honestly like a lot of fun. Okay, reveal of the century. Literally, we just learned that Adam and Warner are brothers. Okay, the two people in the love triangle, they have the same father, the supreme leader of the reestablishment or whatever. The two people in the love triangle are brothers. Oh my god, I can't. Also, it was finally revealed to us that Warner's name is Aaron. His name is Aaron Warner. Okay, so if you didn't see that coming, that's a big part of the lore. His whole name is Aaron Warner. Hi, I literally have 50 pages left, and is it Unravel Me? Is that the one I'm on right now? I can't even tell because it's just the 6-novel collection. It still says I have 17 hours and 35 minutes left in the book because they're all combined here. Anyway, I have 50 pages left, so I haven't been updating this one at all, actually, pretty much at all. I'm just gonna finish it and then I will tell you everything that has happened because it's kind of crazy and I need to get my thoughts together. I was actually literally editing the first part of this video and I realized how much I misspoke. Like, I called Adam Peter so many times. I did not understand that Aaron or Warner or whatever, that he was working for the reestablishment in the beginning of the first book. Like, that's where she had been taken. I had thought the whole time that he was working as like a rebel group against the reestablishment, but then we obviously find out in the novella that that's not the case. His father's literally like a leader of the reestablishment, and he's just like the protege working on this like one little sector. Anyway, like, I don't know if that's a me problem, sincerely. It could be, or if it's a writing problem, because it just was like, I missed it. I totally missed those things. So yeah, whatever. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna finish the second book. I will let you know how it goes. Y'all, it is not my day. I am a freaking mess. I fell asleep while reading, which, first of all, red flag, okay? I woke up with such a start that I spilled my Diet Coke all over my computer, so I had to clean that up, and I still haven't finished the book. I've got like 20 pages left, and I simply, what is happening to me? Okay, hi, hello. I'm here to talk about Unravel Me, the second book in the Shatter Me series. I just finished it. It took me like 2 days, and I'm trying to finish the Broken Blade series in the middle of it, so like my mind feels a little combobbled right now, but I'm pretty sure I remember everything that happened. Let me shut the door so you don't have to look at my cat's litter box 1 second. Okay, so my remembrance of the book might be a little out of order. So I'm just gonna start from where I think it started. It's a superhero underground society. Okay, we have this group of people, a lot of them have powers, some of them just want to rage against the machine, i.e. the establishment, the re-establishment, excuse me. They are the government that is evil, okay? And the leader of Omega Point, which is this underground superhero society, his name is Castle. Juliet is down there with her buddy Adam. Everyone's names have changed. Like, by the way, like, there's so many name changes, so like I'm trying to keep everything together for myself, for you, the viewer, to understand what I'm saying, okay? I explained this a little bit in the beginning, but Adam has been going through these trials to try and figure out why he's able to touch Juliet. Anyone who touches Juliet, their life force is zapped away from them. And so why can Adam do it? And she remembers that Aaron or Warner could do it as well. In the first book, he like grabbed her leg and they made out. There's a scene where they made out that I did not talk about. It was really hot, it was really steamy and cute, and I liked it a lot. He can't control himself. Basically, both of these boys, Adam and Aaron Warner, cannot control themselves around her, right? At one point in the first book, Warner comes up to her, just starts kissing her, making out with her, and she has to pretend like she wants to kiss him back in order to like put her hands around his waist to grab his gun. It was a gun, so that she can shoot him. And that's what she does. Like, she's like pretending to like the kiss, even though low-key she really does like the kiss, but she's pretending to be into it so that she can like wrap herself around him. She takes out the gun and shoots him in the leg, and that was like pretty crazy. So Adam has gone through all these tests. They find out that he is a superhero as well. He has an ability, and his ability, it isn't very well explained. They talk about how he can disassemble things, but like we have not seen his, I keep wanting to call it a quirk because I'm like in the My Hero mind frame, but his ability, his superhero ability, has not been very well explained. He has not been able to use his superhero ability yet. Basically, what we know though is that because he has this ability, it causes his body to overwork itself to be able to handle the touch of Juliet. So eventually one day he's going to exhaust himself and he's going to die if he keeps touching her. So they're kind of in this like really angsty back and forth of like, I want to be with you, but like I can't, and so I'm going to become strong for you so that I can be with you, but then like what if you can't, kind of thing. Like, she's constantly fighting with him about this. 2 boys named Weston and Brandon get captured from the reestablishment. They are being used as hostages, and so they go on this mission to bring them back, right? They go back to the sector, to the reestablishment that we were at in the first book with Warner and company, and his father has arrived. His father's name is Mr. Anderson, okay? Very The Matrix. And we don't get to save Weston and Brendan. Instead, she shoots Mr. Anderson in both legs, okay? She completely cripples him, and she is so angry that she punches the earth, and she causes an earthquake to happen. So that's another part of her power, is that not only can she literally kill you, but she has this superhuman strength. Like, she is the biggest baddie who's ever baddied. Like, no one can touch her. Like, she's literally invincible. So she's so angry, she causes this earthquake. They decide to capture, I think she shoots Aaron again. I don't remember how they get him subdued, but they bring Aaron Warner back to the compound, right? And when Adam gets a glimpse at Mr. Anderson while Aaron Warner is passed out, he's like, that's my dad. And we all know that that's Warner's dad as well. So like everyone knows that they're brothers except for Warner now. And Adam is not going to tell him that. Adam hates Aaron Warner. And he hates him because he knows that Juliet and him kind of have a little thing going on. Definitely Warner likes her, and Juliet, whenever she's in the presence of Adam, she does not act like she likes Aaron Warner, but he can just tell, like he can just tell that the vibe is there and that the tension is there between them. So Warner is a prisoner, and Castle, the leader of Omega Point, the superhero society, he asks Juliet to be in charge of interrogating Warner. And he does this because he doesn't know that Warner can touch her, so he thinks that she is like the best person for the job, because like Aaron isn't gonna come after her to try and kill her or escape or anything like that, because she can just like touch him and kill him. He's under the impression that Warner's gonna be really terrified of her, but little does he know that Warner can actually touch her. So there's a lot of tension building while he's in his cell, but I don't think anything really happens. I don't remember if they even kiss. They have one kissing scene that's like a really long chapter at the end of the book, but I don't think that they have any moments like that like in the beginning and middle of the book. But she doesn't tell him that he can touch her, but Castle eventually finds out that they can touch. I think Warner is the one who tells him, and so he decides to put Aaron Warner under the same experiments that he put Adam under to try and find out why can he touch Juliet. Turns out, of course, Aaron has an ability as well, and Aaron has always known that he's had this ability, but I think he's just never like lived amongst other people that he can feed off of, because what his ability is he can transfer your power into himself. So say your power is okay, that's hard to say. So let's say that your power is invisibility. He can touch you and then become invisible. So he can like kind of borrow your power for a time. It all comes ahead to like the very middle of the book. They're having this big kind of town hall meeting underground with everyone of Omega Point, and Castle is explaining that Aaron Warner, the son of the Lord of the Reestablishment or whatever, has a superpower, and they are going to allow him the chance to stay underground with them and fight with them against the Reestablishment. Of course, everyone is upset. Everyone is like, just keep him hostage, let's just kill him, he doesn't matter, he's gonna turn on us, we don't trust him. And he's like, guys, weren't you also in this position once? Weren't you also extremely isolated and felt alone and scared because you had this power that no one else could relate to? And that's how he's feeling right now. So we need to give him the benefit of the doubt, give him a chance, and then if he breaks that trust with us, then sure, we'll kill him, sure, we'll cast him out, whatever, but we need to give him a chance. Aaron Warner shows up to this meeting, and everyone is like upset, and like the mob is running, like everyone has their pitchforks, okay, Adam included. And so Adam comes up to Aaron Warner knowing that he's his brother. Warner does not know that they're brothers, and Warner is trying to talk to Juliet, but Juliet is completely ignoring him and just talking to Adam, like, Adam, let's go. And Warner keeps trying to come up to Juliet. Well, Adam is getting mad at him. He's gonna like start fighting him. And then their friend Kenji, who I've not talked about, he's very, very much a side character. He was friends with Adam in the first book. He lived in that little like orphan compound that Juliet stays at for a time. Juliet gets in between the two brothers fighting, and Kenji comes up to try and like pull Adam away, but Aaron touches Juliet, uses her power, and zaps Kenji. So Kenji, they assume that he's dead, but he gets better. He's definitely just very hurt, and that's like a big point of the book, that they believe that Juliet accidentally touched Kenji and that, you know, he's now hurt because of her. So it's just like another bit to the puzzle and to the piece that is Juliet, that she's just alone and like a tortured soul, right? So Winston and Brendan are still hostages. They still need to go upstairs and stomp on the Reestablishment to get their boys back, right? So they have this plan, and I believe that actually Aaron Warner had told them, hey guys, like, you should storm the compound tomorrow, like, I know the plan, what my dad's gonna do, blah blah blah, and like, if you want to get these guys back, you gotta go in tomorrow. Oh, before this happens, they give Aaron Warner the chance to stay with them, but he tells Juliet that he's leaving. He's like, nah, this is not for me, I'm going, you should come with me, in fact. And they have this whole makeout scene, but then she reveals that she is in love with Adam and she's trying to make it work with Adam, and he's like, what the heck, what do you see in Adam? I'm literally right here, I'm Aaron Warner, I'm hot and I'm blonde. And she's like, I just have to stay true to myself, like, that's what I want Adam, blah blah blah. And also she feels bad because Adam loves her so much. Like, Adam is so down bad for her. Adam is clearly more interested in her than she is in him, if I'm being completely honest. And I think that because he is one of the only people that at that time could touch her, before we knew that Warner could touch her, she just like feels this connection because he's like the only person who's ever shown affection for her, right? And she's like chomping at the bits for that affection because she's never had it her whole life. So the end of the book, we get to the compound. Aaron Warner has run off. He's gone. We don't know where he is. This might have been the time I fell asleep because I don't remember how it happens, but Juliet gets captured. I'm so sorry, I don't have that piece in my brain right now. But what matters is that she gets captured by Mr. Anderson, and she's like kind of out cold for like 3 days. When she wakes up, she's like, oh my god, where are my friends? Like, where's my team? Like, where is anyone? She's in the like castle of Mr. Anderson, his grand home and everything. She's been cleaned up, she's been changed, and then Mr. Anderson asks for her to come see him. So she is brought into his like grand hall, I don't know, dining hall, something like that. And then Aaron Warner shows up. So Aaron Warner, he literally, guys, he had a chance to work alongside Juliet. Maybe not fall in love with her, maybe not be with her, but at the rate that Adam can't handle her trying to constantly zap him, whereas he can. Here's the thing, when Aaron and her kiss, when Aaron and her touch, he can handle it. He can hold her power and he's fine, but Adam cannot. It's like slowly depleting Adam away. It's making him work overtime. So anyway, instead of like working alongside Juliet, working alongside bringing down his evil father, who he does not like, he instead decides to leave Omega Point and go back to the reestablishment and tell his father everything that he's learned. Like, maybe not everything, okay, maybe not everything, but the way that Mr. Anderson is talking to Juliet in this final climactical moment, he's like, oh yes, my son, like he couldn't stay away. Oh, you don't know the bad things that he's done? Well, I'm not the one to tell you. Oh, you don't know about his mother? Well, I'm not the one to tell you. Yes, he's such a child, isn't he? He wanted to stay and take care of his mother. It's like, oh my god, okay, whatever. So anyway, we get to the climax of the book. Mr. Anderson is pissed because if you remember, when we first tried to storm the reestablishment to get the hostages back, when we grabbed Aaron Warner and made him a hostage instead, Juliet had a gun and she shot both of Mr. Anderson's legs. So he's crippled. He's got a cane now and he is very upset. Well, he talks about how he has captured someone who can heal him. And there are 2 girls, I believe their names were Sarah and Sora. Maybe it's Sonia and Sora, something like that. But they're twin girls that live in Juliet's dorm. They're the only other females that have been spoken about in this book, honestly. And they have healing properties. They have the ability to heal people. Well, once Mr. Anderson says, oh, I have someone here to help heal me, Juliet immediately knows what he's talking about. She's like, no, you wouldn't. Leave them alone. And then Mr. Anderson takes a gun with Warner right next to him. He's like, oh, look at what you're too pussy to do. Basically, that's not really what he says, but it's basically what he says. And he takes a gun and he shoots Juliet right in the chest. She falls down. She's dead. There's like 2 chapters of her like being in limbo because the book is written like slam poetry. Okay, so there's a lot of flowery words put together. Okay, Juliet loves words. She loves to string words together and use as many words as possible to say what she's trying to say, because during the time when she was in the insane asylum in the first book, and even before that, because she's always been alone and in her own head, words are the only thing that have been her constant. 26 letters in the alphabet are the only things that have ever been her friend, okay? And that's why she talks the way that she does in the book, in this like slam poetry kind of really over-exaggerated, overused kind of way, and it works because of the character that she is. I feel like if I read another book from a perspective like this, where someone was just constantly re-saying the same thing over and over again, or even just the way that it's writing, like I have some examples to show you. It wouldn't work for me, but because it's Juliet and her story, it does work. But anyway, he shoots her in the chest. She wakes up multiple times. Warner is like, can't you save her? And it turns out Mr. Anderson had brought out the 2 girls, the 2 healer girls, Sora and Sarah and Sonia and whoever. But the thing is they can't touch her. That's the gag. That's the gag, guys. You guys keep forgetting. No one can touch her. But then Aaron Warner is like, no, you don't understand. You can touch me, and through me, I can use your healing ability to heal her because I can touch her. And the girls are like, we never heard this. Like, Castle never said you had an ability. What's going on? Because when they had him captured, they were going to put him under the same tests that they put Adam through to see what his ability was. But Aaron Warner's always known his ability, I guess. At the end of the book, she is incredibly tired. She's incredibly exhausted, but all she can think about are her friends. All she can think about are the people who are still battling up in the reestablishment for a better life. She thinks about how Adam is suffering, how he doesn't know where she is and how much that hurts. She thinks about how Kenji is pulling the weight of so many, how Brendan and Winston might still be lost, how the people of Omega Point might all be dead. And she talks about how she feels better than she ever has in her entire entire life, because once upon a time she was just a child, but this time she is a force, a deviation of human nature. It says, I am living, breathing proof that nature is officially screwed, afraid of what it's done, what it's become, and I'm stronger, I'm angrier, and I'm ready to do something I'll definitely regret, and this time I don't care. I'm done being nice, I'm done being nervous, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Mass chaos is in my future, and I'm leaving my gloves behind. What a show-stopping final page. Show-stopping final page. I really hope that rings true, because I love her nervous nature. I do. I think it relates and translates really well to the kind of character that she is. But I've been waiting. I've been waiting for her to get strong, and I think that this book is finally it. Look, it took her getting shot in the chest and being brought back to life for it to happen, and I hope that it rings true. I hope that the next book, she's just a freaking menace, and that's what I really want. Okay, let me look through some notes. Maybe I have something more to say before I end this portion of the video. Okay, so this is just an example of the slam poetryness that's in this book. These are all paragraphs. Every line of this is a paragraph. It's like this. No one is speaking, no one is moving, everyone is staring at me, at Adam staring at me. Like, that's one example. I'm gonna give you a lot throughout these videos just because the writing is just different, and I like it, okay? So at one point she has to admit to Adam that she knew that Warner could touch her, and he's like, when did he touch you? Like, when was there a bare skin-on-skin contact between you two, right? So she has to tell him that when in the first book she was like jumping out a window, he grabbed her leg, and that's the story that she tells. And then she says, I don't tell him how Warner told me he missed me, how he told me he loved me and he kissed me, how he kissed me with such wild, reckless intensity. I don't tell him that I pretended to return Warner's affections just so I could slip my hands under his coat to get the gun out of his inside pocket. I don't tell him that I was surprised, shocked even, at how it felt to be in his arms, and that I pushed away those strange feelings because I hated Warner, because I was so horrified that he'd shot Adam that I wanted to kill him. That just like reminded me of the moment when they were making out and like she had to like push through his coat to like grab his gun, and I was like, ooh, I like that. When Warner is explaining what his superhero power is, he goes, I'm actually amazed, Warner says, how you managed to contain so much without finding ways to release the excess. I could barely hold on to it. The transfer from my body to Kenji's was not only immediate, it was necessary. I couldn't tolerate the intensity for very long. And I can't hurt you? I blink at him astonished. At all? My power just goes into you? You just absorb it? He nods, says, would you like to see? And I'm saying yes with my head and my eyes and my lips, and I've never been more terrified to be excited in my life. What do I have to do? I ask him. Nothing, he says so quietly. Just touch me. My heart is beating, pounding, racing, running through my body, and I'm trying to focus, trying to stay calm. This is going to be fine, I say to myself. It's going to be fine. It's just an experiment. There's no need to get so excited about being able to touch someone again, I keep saying to myself. I just love that emphasis, the necessity of touch. It's so clear here how when she's able to hug someone, how much that heals her. You know, it's just, I love it. Okay, and then the final one, when they're having their big makeout scene, this is the final little slam poetry bit I'm gonna read to you. It says, my fists are full of unlucky pennies, and my heart is a jukebox demanding a few nickels, and my head is flipping quarters, heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails. It's so funny. It's like, girl, you cannot be serious. Like, I know her editor hated her. Like, she had to for what she wrote here. And I love it. I think it's refreshing, and I'm excited to get into the next one. Technically, I don't have it up. The next book is 2.5, which is a novella, and I'm trying to get it through the Libby app because it's not in the 6-book collection. For some reason, they just had the first novella in here. I don't know why they wouldn't include all of it. That's kind of like such a tease. So if I'm not able to get it through the Libby app within like the next 24 hours, I would say, I'm just gonna go right into the next book, and then I'll just read it later and deal with the consequences, because the novellas, you don't have to read them. You can just read the main source material, the main books of the series, and the novellas are just supplemental, like we all know this. But I want to complete everything, okay? I love to consume series, and that's what I'm here to do today. So I've talked enough. I don't like how long this runtime is, so I'm gonna shut up, and in the next clip, oh, here's another thing I was gonna say. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I don't know how many episodes this whole series is gonna be. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Maybe I'm gonna cut in right now and say that the video is over and I'll see you in the next one. But for now, hopefully I can get Destroy Me from the Libby app within the next day. I'll let you know. Okay guys, hey, it is currently my reading day. So I am in the middle of Great Big Beautiful Life from Emily Henry, and that's actually due at like 5:30 p.m. today. But before I finish that, I have to finish I don't even remember what it's called. Is it Unravel Me? Wait, what's the third one called? Ignite Me. Ignite Me is the third one. Okay, I am gonna finish that one first because even though Great Big Beautiful Life is due, I have been pushing and stretching this reading vlog out way too long, and I need to finish this third book and get on with it. And in fact, I read the second novella. I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of it is, so I'll just put a picture up right here. I read that one. That is Adam's story. I'm just gonna give you a really brief summary. It sets up the third book really well, and I think that it would only benefit you to read it before you go into the third book. But basically what happens here is Adam and Kenji are above ground. This is right before / right as our main character Juliet is getting captured by Mr. Anderson and Aaron Warner. Okay, so while all of that is happening, remember at the end of the second book, Anderson like shoots her and everything, and then like she gets brought back to life and she has this whole new vigor for life and this new plan and everything. Well, while that all is going on, the whole Omega Point, the whole underground society minus Adam, Kenji, what was his name? Castle, maybe like one or two other warriors, as well as Brendan and Weston, I believe, the two guys that they went up above ground to save. They were the hostages from Mr. Anderson, so they went above ground to go save those two hostages. That's when Juliet gets captured, and then as that's happening, Mr. Anderson and the whole military of the reestablishment bomb Omega Point. They literally, it's obliterated. There is nobody left. And that's crazy. That's like a whole new start to the series, okay? A whole new big plot point for the series, that the whole rebel group of Omega Point is now completely obliterated, completely gone. Adam in this novella freaks out because his little brother, he's like, oh my god, my brother was there. He freaks out, but turns out his little brother had been following them and was like, I want to be a hero too, you know, I want to fight too, I don't just want to sit around underground. So it's good that he disobeyed his brother and the other orders of the military of Omega Point and got above ground and followed his brother around to this danger zone because his literal life would have been taken if not. At the end of the book, Adam is talking about how he wants to protect his brother, but Kenji is like, what about Juliet? We got to go find Juliet. And he's like, honestly, I can't worry about Juliet right now. Like, I have to take care of my brother, and I have to take care of the people that are here that are with this, what is left of Omega Point. Okay, Castle has not said a word. Like, he is so depressed and so beyond just surprised that the reestablishment would even take this kind of turn and just bombing the whole society of people underground. So there's literally like no superheroes left, which I thought we were gonna have this whole grand superhero big fight with a bunch of people's powers and everything, but I guess not, because they're literally all dead except for Adam and Aaron Warner and Juliet and Castle. Actually, I think Brendan and Weston have powers, so there's literally only like 5 superheroes left in the world. At the end, basically, we understand that Adam's allegiance is not with Juliet. As much as he loves her and cares about her, he wants to protect his brother more, and I can't blame him for that, but that's where that novella ends. The third book, Ignite Me, has picked up right where that leaves off, right where the second book leaves off too. Basically, her and Warner have just been talking, coming to terms with like their feelings for each other, as well as her coming to terms with the fact that everything is blown up and the whole Omega Point is gone. They leave like the house, like the place where they had been staying. I think that Mr. Anderson knows that Juliet's gonna come back, but he probably hopes that she'll just fight for them because she's so strong and he knows she loves Warner and he knows that Warner loves her, so he's kind of hoping that Warner will do that magic and she'll end up working for the reestablishment. But they have just come across Kenji. Okay, Kenji came up on them. He like, you know, beat Warner. He just like hit him. He was like, Juliet, we gotta get away, we gotta get away. Everyone's dead, but I'm so glad I found you. Adam will be so happy that you're here. And that's where I'm at. As much as I want to read and finish Great Big Beautiful Life, I'm gonna read Ignite Me instead, and I will keep you updated as I do that, of course. All right, confirmed. There were over 100 of us at Omega Point. There are only 9 of us left. No hate, because I understand that all these characters are teenagers. Okay, they're literally children, but I'm so ready to read something that does not require dialogue like, damn, this shit is bananas. Y'all, I love Kenji. I love him. He's the comedic relief and he does it so well. He's like a breath of fresh air. So we are back in the little hideaway. Okay, Adam's old house when he worked for the reestablishment with Kenji, the house that he kept his brother James and the other orphans in the first book. That's like where they're hiding out because Omega Point is obliterated, and her and Adam are fighting right now because she's like, you don't understand, Warner is a changed person, and like he's nice now and all this stuff. And Adam is like, do you forget that he literally tortured me in the first book? And she's like, oh yeah, he did do that, didn't he? And then Warner actually shows up. Adam was just kind of giving her like a rundown of everything that happened, like everyone's gone and I'm upset, but I don't want to fight, I kind of just want to survive here with my brother. And she's like, how can you not want to fight? What happened to you? Why are you laying over, just falling over dead? Then Warner shows up and it's just goofy. Like the moment is just funny. Okay, like the drama is there because Warner can take them all on and she's getting in between them like, no, don't shoot him, he's different, you guys gotta listen to him. And Adam is like, don't fucking go over there, and he's grabbing onto her and she's like, let go of me. And she's being strong now and using her words and talking instead of being scared. And then Kenji is just over there like giggling in his face of like all the little insults that Warner's throwing to Adam. And I just like Kenji a lot. I've loved him since the first moment we met him in book 1. He's just the comedic relief and I'm always gonna love that character. And I'm really glad that there was one in this book here. Yo, the author, Tahara Mafi, she does not want us to like Adam anymore. She wants us to know that her and Aaron Warner are endgame and there's no way that her and Adam are gonna come back from this. Like, they are fighting so bad right now. They've gone back to the house. Warner showed up and he's like, yeah, I'm here to take down the reestablishment. I don't really want to work with you guys, but I want to take my father down and I want to make sure Juliet is safe. And Adam is freaking the fuck out. Like, he is being so rude to her. What did he just say? She's like, I don't know how to talk to you, I don't understand, because he's just berating her and yelling at her. He found out that her and Warner went to a room alone together to have a private conversation, and he's like absolutely freaking out about it. And he goes, no, you don't understand anything. You don't understand me, you don't understand yourself, and you don't understand that you're acting like a stupid child who's allowed herself to be brainwashed by a psychopath. Like, calm down. Like, you don't have to be with every girl that you like. It's fine. You can move on. You can deal with a breakup. You will live. I mean, granted, like, these people are children, right? Are they? I think they're 16 or 17 or 18. I don't know. But regardless, like, she's really writing him the most. Like, he's being so rude, totally berating her, all because she needs us to know that Warner is endgame, which I get it, girl, I get it. But Adam being like so rude to her, I don't like it. And I wonder if he'll have any redemption in that. I wonder if he's gonna like die in the end and that's his redemption, is that he's just a martyr for the cause. I have no idea, but she's going through it. She's not happy. She's upset about everything that Adam is doing right now, just because she's low-key choosing Warner over him. But she's not even officially choosing Warner over him. She just literally has had one private conversation with him. He's going crazy. I genuinely didn't think Adam would get worse. I thought it was gonna get better. Like, he's clearly going through it. He hates Warner. He knows that they're brothers. Warner does not know that they're brothers, by the way, at this point in time. Okay, like, that day is over. They went to bed. Warner left. Okay, he went back to sleep, like, in his own little castle or whatever. It's the next day. They're preparing for war. They've all agreed to, like, come up against the reestablishment. Castle is back on his feet. Okay, he's been depressed and has not said a word or ate anything in, like, 3 days. He took a shower. He's ready to go. Okay, he likes what he's seen from Juliet. He wants to be part of this revolution, right? So it's the next day. Adam is completely ignoring Juliet. She tries to say good morning to him. He doesn't acknowledge her presence. And then she's talking to Kenji or Ian, one of the survivors from Omega Point, and she's like, yeah, Warner should be here soon, like, to go over a game plan or whatever. Adam's like, he is not coming into my house. If you want to meet him, you can go elsewhere to talk about game with him, but he is not coming to my house. He's like, if you want to see him so badly, Adam says to me, you can get the hell out of my house, but he's not coming back here, not ever. Where's she supposed to go? Kenji says to him. You want her to stand on the side of the streets so someone can report her and get her killed? Are you out of your mind? I don't give a shit anymore, Adam says. She can go do whatever the hell she wants. He turns to me again. You want to be with him? He points to the door. Go. Drop dead. Like, she's doing the most. She is doing the most to make us hate Adam. He literally said drop dead. Like, I hope Juliet kills him with her bare hands. Like, at this point, that's deplorable. If you truly love her the way that you say that you do, which we know he doesn't, because in his novella he like chose the safety and security of himself and his brother over the safety and security of Juliet, which fair, like he's allowed to make that decision. I don't fault him for that, but like he clearly, like so clearly hates her at this point, and there's nothing worse than having a man who hates your existence, because they will make it absolute hell for you. I just need Juliet to get out of there. Honestly, truly, I just need her to get out of there and be happy with Warner, because Adam pissing me off. He said drop dead. He told her to drop dead. That's crazy. You only see that in like animes, okay? Hey y'all, okay, I am here to finally close out this video because I finished Ignite Me about an hour or two. I was in the bath, finally finished it, and I'm here to report that it doesn't get much better, unfortunately. Okay, wait, I don't have my Kindle with me. Where are my notes? So with this book, apparently it was supposed to be the finale. Apparently it was just supposed to be a trilogy, and this final book was to signify that Juliet is no longer this timid, scared girl. She has like controlled her power, she's one with her power, and she is like strong enough to take over the whole pancake. I just made brownies and pancake wants one. Okay, so this book was supposed to signify the end, okay, the end of an era where the reestablishment, or the people, the rest of the population left on this planet, are no longer under the control of Mr. Anderson, okay, Warner and Adam's father. It is assumed that Juliet takes over the position because we get to a point in the story where all of the survivors from Omega Point all are at Warner's house. Like they're all being taken care of by Warner's people. They are all training, and they are ready to stand up and get strong and fight back against Mr. Anderson. Juliet employs the rest of the sector 45, I believe it was. She, you know, gets on a big megaphone. She's like, hey guys, things have been awful under Mr. Anderson, but with me, I can lead you to victory. I can lead you to freedom. Like, fight with me, fight with my guys, and we can win this thing. We can beat this thing. Her and Kenji, who Kenji is Adam's best friend, his power is invisibility, so they use his power to help Juliet get onto the compound, into the castle, whatever that Mr. Anderson is living in. I will say there's like no description. Like I could not imagine anywhere that we were within any building anywhere. Like I keep calling it Warner's compound, Warner's castle, Warner's house. Like I have no idea what it looks like, none whatsoever. And the place that Mr. Anderson was staying in, I don't know what that looks like either. She and Kenji get separated, but she's able to find the twins, because remember, Mr. Anderson had kept the healer twins, the girls, kind of as like hostages after they had already saved the other hostages that were Winston and Brendan. He had kept the girl so that Juliet would come back. He wanted to fight Juliet, of course. She and Kenji get separated. She finds the two girls, and then they're like, oh, he's next door, Mr. Anderson's next door, but be careful because I heard that he has a weapon. And instead of like listening to them at all about that, she just bangs on the door. She kicks down the door actually, and then the door just like blows up in her face. Mr. Anderson has employed the help of some guy, blonde guy, that's how he's described to us, just a blonde guy who has this like power to shoot energy out. So he's shooting energy to try and keep her out, and it actually works against her power. She is very weakened, but because she's who she is, she's the main character, of course she's stronger than anyone who comes in her path, stands in her way, and she's able to finally get up from the energy bursts that are happening and being shooted out towards her, and she's able to put her own energy forward. She kills that guy immediately. The whole fight lasts like half a page, and then she goes up to Mr. Anderson and she grabs his legs. Like she totally disintegrates his ankles. Like he has fallen over, his feet are like still on the floor completely. He has no like ankles anymore. Crazy. She had already crippled him in like what, book 2, and then she just completely cuts off his legs in book 3. Crazy. And then she gets his gun and she shoots him twice in the head, once for Adam, once for Warner. And then that's it. Everyone survives. Warner was the last person to come up out of the rubble of everything. She has just enough strength to crawl her way up to the megaphone to let everyone in Sector 45 know that Mr. Anderson is dead and she will be their new leader. I am Juliet, I am your new leader. And then as she's walking through the throngs of people, the swarm of people that are there, so excited that she has won them this freedom, here, I'll just read it to you. Okay, so they're cheering, they're saluting her. She's walking past them. She's like, I'm covered in blood, my suit ripped, my hands are trembling so hard, and yet I feel so calm, so unbelievably calm. Like the depth of what just happened hasn't managed to hit me yet. It's impossible not to brush against outstretched hands and arms as I cross the battlefield, and it's strange to me somehow. Strange that I don't flinch. Strange that I don't hide my hands. Strange that I'm not worried I'll injure them. They can touch me if they like, and maybe it'll hurt, but my skin won't kill anyone anymore, because I'll I'll never let it go that far because I now know how to control it. So, you know, her power, anytime she's touched anyone's skin on skin, she has immediately zapped their life force out of them, or she has severely injured them, except for the two brothers, Adam and Warner, right? But now all of a sudden, she just says, now I can control my power. Now I can touch people and it might hurt them, but I won't kill them because I can control it better now. When did that happen? Because she's been training, like, sure, like we have like scenes where it's like, oh, I'm so tired after training all day, I'm getting up for breakfast, I have training later, like blah 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 blah, whatever. But like we don't ever have a breakthrough moment where she's like practicing on someone, like touching Kenji and trying not to injure him, like whatever it is, and then the people, they're so happy that she saved them, they're just like willy-nilly touching her. Like I don't know, that was weird. That was very weird. There was like no explanation of that, but suddenly she just controlled her powers and she's able to be a good leader now. And in the author's note, it mentioned something like, thank you so much to everyone who loved this book, who fell in love with Juliet, and who wanted to see her character development till the very end. I hope this was a good enough finale for you. Basically, like that's not word for word, but I was like, oh, so she knew that this would be the finale, right? Like she just said it in her author's note that this intended to be the last book in the series. But then she wrote 4.5 more books after that, because there's like 3 more novellas and 3 more whole 3 novels. Like, so I'm just very curious, like, was it such a big hit that she was like, oh, I can totally expound on this, I'm gonna write 3 more books? Did she kind of always know that she would be writing more than 3 books and just like kind of teased it to the audience, like, oh, this is it, you know, you don't get more of the story between Warner and Juliet? And then the fans were like, no, we want it. And she's like, I got you, it's already written, you know, like it's published next year. I'm just so interested in knowing that. Like, did she know she was gonna write more, or did she just like was so surprised by the fan interaction and like the publishers were like, oh, we need more books, you need to write more, Tahira? But anyway, I don't think I have anything else left to say. I did take a peek at the 4th book and it looks like it's dual POV, so it's like Juliet's chapter, Warner's chapter, Juliet's chapter, Warner's chapter, back and forth over and over. I'm not super excited for that because I did not like Warner's POV in the novella, so I just hope it's better. I just hope it's better. Hopefully by the time you are watching this, the 2nd episode will be right around the corner, or it is already out. So you can just go to that 2nd episode, watch my reaction for the rest of the series. I will be reading books 4, 5, and 6, as well as the 3 novellas that are attached to them. I have them all downloaded through the Libby app. They're all here. I'm actually just gonna pick this up and keep reading as soon as I am done filming this. But thank you so much for sticking around and watching this consume a series video with me. I hope I have intrigued you enough to watch the 2nd part, or even just pick up the books yourself to know more. I think Tahira Mafi achieve something really good with the writing style and the way that we're in Juliet's head. It is a very unique style of writing. I can understand why someone would critique it or criticize it. It's not very traditional writing, I guess, but I think that as mid as the series was, I can't hate on Tahira for that and for taking that big gamble. And apparently it's very well loved. It has very high ratings and people tend to like it. So anyway, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you are a returning subscriber clicking on another video of mine, thank you so much for that support. I love it so much and I love you so much for doing that. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to me, please consider doing so you don't miss any book or movie content that I make in the future. Give this video a like if you liked it. All of my social media links are in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye!